now joined by Tony Haymet of the Scripps Institute of Oceanography. Welcome, Tony.
Thank you.
You are presenting on a panel a little later today about oceans. Can you give me an idea of what you'll be speaking about?
I'll be speaking about ocean acidification, the other side of CO2. So a quarter of the CO2 we emit into the atmosphere dissolves into the ocean. Sadly, it makes the ocean more acidic, and more importantly, it makes it very hard for any organism that secretes a calcium carbonate shell to actually exist. And so that would include corals, but also little snails that are an essential part of the food web.
If we continue on the same track as we have been, what does that mean for the oceans in, say, 10, 20 years?
10, 20 years, we're not sure. We think we might be starting to see the beginnings of effects on some fisheries, like oysters and sea urchins. It's really something we don't know everything about. We know enough to know we have to act, because there's no magic solution, there's no geoengineering solution. We just have to stop putting CO2 in the atmosphere.
I know Scripps Oceanography Institute is very thorough in its research. Do you also undertake initiatives to help combat climate change?
Absolutely. We work very hard now on what's called algal biofuels. For 105 years we studied algae and nobody cared, but the last 12 months, the whole algae business has gone crazy. And San Diego's become a little hub. Craig Venter is there, and Exxon signed a deal with Craig's company, Synthetic Genomics. My scientists interact with Craig's scientists. There's a couple of other companies. A lot of people have heard of Sapphire Energy, which got $100 million investment from Gates and so on. So there's 5 or 6 companies of various sizes. We're quite optimistic at the moment about a transportation fuel that's at least carbon neutral and renewable and homegrown. So if you think about the cost savings, we don't need to have a great military presence in the Middle East. Maybe we can even make the State Department a little smaller.
And tell me about algae cultivation. Is it scalable technology? Well,
that's the big question. One of the great questions is this going to be a village scale thing where every little town is making algae, or is there going to be a Houston, Galveston of the algae industry? I don't think any of us know that yet. There are also some, engineering questions. Are we going to do this in enclosed, transparent pipes, or are we going to do it in open ponds and desert regions? Different people, different companies are working on all those aspects.
Climate change is such a huge and diverse issue facing us. What's the single most important thing we can do to combat it?
I think it's to stop making CO2, and that means, scaling our lives. I got a ride up here with the UK consulate from San Diego. So, it seems like a little thing, but I think we can drastically reduce our carbon footprint. We can look after our agriculture and our jobs and our ocean by just being a little more thoughtful.
Well, Tony Haymet, thank you very much for your time today, and good luck with the panel this afternoon.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Not at all.